Would you take a look at that, guys? The stock market is doing what the stock market does best, and that is being super freaking unpredictable. Earlier in the day, this morning, everything was green. Everything was pretty much over 1% in terms of the indexes here in the U.S., and now everything is moving down towards break even. We even have the Russell down 0.5%. The NASDAQ is almost in the red. Same with the S&P. So we got to break down what's going on. We're going to break down some charts. And like you guys saw in the title, 3 oversold stocks that I'm looking at now. But before we do that, make sure to get your free money from Moomoo, up to 6 free stocks. Just use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get up to 6 free stocks, each of which could be valued all the way up to $3,500. So yeah, if you guys like some free money, you want some free money, use that link, get your free money. And now let's break down what the heck is going on. So like I said, we were in the green heavily earlier in the day. I'm talking the NASDAQ was up about 2%, almost 2%. S&P was up over 1%. I mean, it was a great morning, and we've been selling off in a straight line since about 9:35 a.m. on the East Coast. So pretty much the past 2.5 hours, we have been selling off in a straight line. Look at this. SPY's gone from 450 down to about now 445, and that's a drop of about 1%. So that's been a pretty big drop, right? And triple Q, if I pull this up, this has gone down from, look, 348 down to 341. It has lost 2%, guys, intraday from that high point to where we are right now. And mind you, it is only noon on the East Coast. Anything could really happen between now and the end of the day. You know, we could rebound. We can go down even more. I'm just talking about what we're seeing now. Again, triple Q's down almost 2% from the intraday high to where we are now, which is the intraday low. And one thing worth mentioning, guys, is, and this is actually good for the bulls, going back to SPY did end up hitting a fresh high this morning. If you guys take a look on this 5-day chart, we hit 450. We broke out of the highs from yesterday being 447.75, and obviously we broke the highs from the prior day being around 445. So we've been hitting these higher highs today, including today, and it seems to me that the uptrend is continuing, even though we've seen this sharp sell-off here of about 1% in the past 2 hours. And as long as we hold, let's say, this uptrend on the 5-day chart, which right around 444, 445 is where SPY is to hold for the uptrend to hold. Let's say if it, if SPY breaks under 443, 442, that would not be good. But if we hold 445, roughly where we are now, maybe we do get a bounce, that would be what the bulls want to see. Now, if you're a bear, obviously you want this to go under 443, 440, and at that point, this little uptrend rally that we've seen is going to start collapsing slowly but surely. And going to triple Q, you guys notice this thing hit 348. We didn't break the highs from yesterday, but we hit 348, which we hit yesterday, and we notice over the past couple of days, roughly 10 days, and we've covered this many times on the channel, guys, 348 has been a point of resistance. So I have my alert set here at 348 on the upside for triple Q. If we break out of there, I've said this many times, this might end up running mid 350s, 360. That's what I'm thinking. And for SPY, if this breaks above, let's say 450, which we tested this morning, we failed breaking out of it, obviously, but if we ultimately break 450, I see SPY going 456 towards 458, maybe 460. So watch out for those levels on the markets, on SPY and triple Q. And like I've been saying, guys, and like we should continue or expect to continue, right? These markets have been very volatile, very choppy. The gains get erased very quickly in terms of being up 2%. Then all of a sudden you're at break even and you could be down a lot. We've seen this happen before. Markets are down heavily and then they rebound, over the course of the day, and then all of a sudden they're in the green. So a lot of this flip-flopping is occurring. That is the state of the market. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe. If you haven't done so already, guys, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get 25,000 subscribers, and don't forget to hit that like button as always. So now let's break down what I'm looking at in terms of stocks. You guys saw the title of the video. Oversold stocks that I'm looking at, stocks that have just been beaten down, some over the past couple of weeks, some the past couple of months. So stock number one, which has just been destroyed in the past couple of months. It's Home Depot, guys. This stock hit $422 back in the early days of December, and since then, it went from $422 down to $293. It lost about 30% of its value. It went in a bear market, and this is a blue chip stock, guys. It's a blue chip stock, one of the best, companies out there in the world, Home Depot. And if you take a look on the 3-year chart, this sell-off makes complete sense. If you look at, a broader picture of what's been going on with this stock, it ran up too aggressively from the bottom in March 2020 to where it hit in December. I mean, it went up too fast, too aggressively. It got way overbought. So this sell-off of 30% makes complete sense. The 3-year chart looks good. The uptrend's holding, right? And it's more on the oversold side on this 3-year chart. And going back to the 4-year, or rather the 4-hour chart, we're noticing we haven't gone much lower than $295, $300 since the end of February, which is now about 2 months ago. We have not gone much under that. So, and now, mind you, we're above $300 a share, and we're now fighting with the 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart. So that's a good sign that we're finding support, and now all we got to do is break out. If this support at 300 gets followed by a breakout, that would be very, very good for the bulls. And of course, this 180 SMA's got to break for the bulls. So I'm going to put an alert at $320 a share. If that point breaks on Home Depot, we might get an extraordinary run. I mean, did you guys see Target? Target's not one of the stocks for this video, but this is one that was oversold that we also called out, and it's just been ripping. I mean, look at Target, guys. It hit 182 back in the end of February, and I called it out at 230, 235. I mentioned how it might break out. It did that, and now it's running like no other. I mean, it was $205 in the beginning of April. Now it's at $250. In just April, it is up 20%. I believe Home Depot could be setting up for a similar rally just because it is down. It's beaten down so much. If it breaks 320, maybe Home Depot runs to 340, which is where it hit in the middle of March. That in and of itself could be roughly a 7% move. So keep your eyes on Home Depot. I'm telling you guys, the next one here is AbbVie. And before you guys are like, Stas, what are you saying? AbbVie, the healthcare stocks, they've been doing very well, which they have been doing very well. But recently, they've sold off a bit. And you guys can clearly see AbbVie has come down from a $175 level, which admittedly, that's way overbought. Now it's at a reasonable spot, $159 a share. And the stock's actually up on the day. It is up about 1.7% as the overall market is creeping towards red, which is not good, obviously. So at this point, I'm looking at AbbVie. Uptrend's continuing. It's holding the 180 SMA. We're more on the oversold side, heading into earnings, which, when are the earnings? 29th, 8 days from now, which is what? Next Friday. And mind you, they already paid their dividend, which is a reason why the stock dropped. When companies pay dividends, the stock typically drops that day. The amount of the dividend, roughly, then sometimes it could recover after. A lot of the times it does if it's a quality company. In this case, AbbVie is. And you can see it slowly starting to recover. Again, it's up 2% on the day almost. So I'm thinking AbbVie, it's going to continue this trend based on what I'm seeing right now. And we might have a shot, mid 160s, maybe low 170s again. So keep your eyes on it. And of course, if we end up collapsing under 155, 150, that's not going to be good at all. And pretty much everything I said goes out the window. At that point, bears might get the best of AbbVie for a little bit. But as of now, we're holding the uptrend. So we got to see if this plays out. And the last one for this video, make sure you guys smash the like button if you haven't done so already. It is Monster Beverage. These drinks that a lot of you guys probably have drank before, and I used to drink a ton. I used to drink Monsters every day, guys. I'm not kidding. In my college days, probably every day, even late high school, every freaking day. So I used to abuse those things, no doubt. And you guys can see the stock has been pretty abused as well. I mean, at least as of late. It went from $100 back in the middle of August. Now the stock is $86, but it was all the way down to 71. So it did lose about 30% of its its value. Now it's rebounding. We're above the moving averages. We're getting a golden cross, the opposite of a death cross. That's looking pretty good. And we're noticing a blatant inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And today it's up 1.5%. So in my opinion, this isn't the most oversold based on the RSI, but I'm going to ignore the RSI for this one, guys, because overall it is still down about 15% from the recent $99 $100 high, which was hit back in August. So at this point, sure, it might see a little bit of a pullback in the short term, maybe 84, 85 bucks. Now it's almost at 87 to get that RSI down a bit, but ultimately I'm seeing this head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders play out to the point where Monster MNST could have a shot to get anywhere from 95, 98 to maybe even $100 a share. So I'm watching Monster very, very closely, guys, moving forward. And the bonus one, if you all stuck till the end, is Philip Morris, which isn't necessarily oversold either, based on the RSI, but it is down about 7% or $7 rather, which funny enough is also roughly 7% from the recent $112 high, which was hit in the middle of February. So you guys know Philip Morris Tobacco Company. We're not going to get into that in this video, but this is a value stock that people have been flocking into, not just now, but since the end of 2021 into the early days of 22, which you guys can see the stock was 85 bucks in December, ran all the way to 112, pulled back to 87. Now it's running up again. So I think Philip Morris could have a shot at going back to $110 plus. So, yeah, I'm watching it for that exact reason. And again, watch out for Home Depot, AbbVie, Monster. And those are my thoughts on the overall markets and those stocks. So what do you guys think? Drop me a comment, hit the like button, subscribe, trying to get to 25,000, guys. And make sure to just do all that, do all the, the usual YouTuber stuff. I forget, I mix things up. But you got to also get your free money from Moomoo. That is one thing that not all YouTubers talk about. And I'm telling you, it's free money. Use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and you could get up to 6 free stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. Free money. Use that down below, and join my Patreon as well if you all want. I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out, guys.